Hey guys!
Hey guys!
We're back with another Supergirl review, this time reviewing Supergirl Season 2, Episode 5, titled Crossfire. If you haven't seen it yet and you want to avoid any spoilers, skip this video and come back later because everything we say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. So while I basically really enjoyed this video, it did have three pretty glaring problems, two right out of the gate.
Yeah, two within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, the first one being, if Kara is going to get her protege, Mike, a job at Catco, I think she should at least have taught him what a telephone is and how to answer it.
Yeah, like maybe taught him anything that would have to... It was like... She didn't teach him anything whatsoever about being a human, just tossed him out there.
Threw him in. Not even about being a human, about how to do basic
how
things.
to do his job. Like, anybody his age should know how to do that job, but he's not from Earth, so...
And I get that they're telling a fish out of water story, but this was a little over the top, and it was just too silly. The other big problem in the first 10 minutes is Sawyer is just randomly broken up with her girlfriend now. Last week, we found out that Sawyer had a girlfriend and Alex was heartbroken, and now Sawyer doesn't have a girlfriend anymore. Yeah. And that just seemed so abrupt and out of nowhere. I'm like, man, it really feels like something that they focus grouped and decided, okay, fans are really shipping this, let's do it. And so they just broke them up, and it felt really rushed and arbitrary.
Yeah.
And I think they missed a shot at telling a much more interesting story.
Yeah, and it felt unnecessary. Like, why did they even introduce the girlfriend? Like, when she asked her if she wanted to go out, she could have said then, you know, I'm not really feeling it because my girlfriend and I broke up. They didn't even have to introduce the girlfriend.
Yeah.
They could have just started it with the breakup, and that would have given them this story that they had in this episode.
Yeah. Which is why I think it was focus grouped.
Yeah.
It feels like, okay, well, if people aren't feeling this relationship, Sawyer's got a girlfriend and we can just nix it here.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
if they are, we'll break them up, and then we can have a Sawyer-Alex romance. And the last big problem for this episode came at the end with the Operation Doubtfire at the party, where Kara has to be Kara and Supergirl at the same time.
Yeah.
And she's changing costumes and stuff. I'm like, why not get Martian Manhunter
to
just be Kara?
Yeah, because not only could he just be Kara, they were pretty certain this party was going to get attacked. Mm-hmm. So that's another agent in the party that can help and get, help save the day.
At least help get bystanders out of the way. Because, if he's shapeshifted and he's playing Kara, he obviously can't go in and throw down.
No, but he can help
get the innocents out of the way. So the fact that they did not utilize Martian Manhunter in that scenario is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and if they weren't going to utilize him, if they didn't want to use that story, then a simple throwaway line of dialogue that he was out of town or something. When Kara and Wynn were coming into the party, it could have been some form of dialogue between them where she's like, man, it would be nice if Martian Manhunter wasn't out of town this weekend or whatever. Yeah. Like, just a throwaway line of dialogue to explain why he wasn't playing her.
And that would have come across as a little silly and wonky or whatever, but it would have worked way better than what they did.
This, where we're like, why the hell didn't Martian Manhunter help? Why didn't he step up? Like, this is a national threat.
Kara is a terrible strategist.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the episode was pretty good. Cadmus is arming civilians, bad guys, robbers, with alien tech, and it's stuff that Supergirl is having a hard time dealing with because they're that powerful. Yeah. It's things that they didn't even have on Krypton.
Yeah, and we get this slightly predictable twist at the end that the head of Cadmus, or the lady who's giving them all the weapons, is a Luthor. It's
Lena Luthor's mom.
Yeah, Lena Luthor's mom.
Presumably Lex Luthor's mom as well, because I think Lena was adopted. So.
Yes, yeah. And I actually really like that twist, even though, like, at the end when she comes in, I'm like, oh, that's her mom. But I like that because if they're going to have an evil Luthor, I'd rather it be the mom. I really like Lena as a good guy. Yeah, as a good guy. I don't want her to be bad. I don't want her to ever turn bad. And the fact that she's adopted kind of helps maybe make her not be a bad guy. And I really don't want her to be a bad guy.
I really like Lena Luthor.
Yeah.
I don't want her to be a villain. If we're going to get another villain this season, I would much rather than bring Maxwell Lord back.
Yes.
And finally, in this episode, James Olsen wants to be a hero, and it looks like he's going to become Guardian. Now, in the comics, Guardian is James Harper, but it looks like they're going to give that title Guardian to James Olsen, and I don't know how I feel about that yet. I do like that he had that dialogue with Wynn talking about, I'm tired of being a sidekick. Okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
That's a totally logical starting point for James Olsen to come from.
And I also like how he rationalized how he got to wanting to be a hero. Yeah, all his friends are superheroes, but they're also aliens, so of course they're going to be. But Wynn had a job that was menial, and now he's working for
The DEO.
the DEO, and it's a more fulfilling career. And James is still like just the head of Catco, which, while it's a upgrade from his last position, it's not really heroic in any way, and I think he's feeling left out. So at least they had a good explanation for why he wanted to be a hero.
He wants to help make the world a better place, and he probably could do that to a certain extent as the head of Catco, but not nearly to the extent as he can working with Supergirl and the DEO. If they go that route, he might be like a street-level vigilante type character, which is kind of what the original Guardian from the comic books was.
I imagine he's going to be like that at first, because I don't think he's going to want to come out to Supergirl and the DEO as being the Guardian. And I love that him and Wynn are going to work on the suit together, and that Wynn's helping him with this.
Overall, pretty enjoyable episode given the flaws. I think that's all we have for this video. If you have anything to add, please let us know down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this review, tell us by dropping a like on it and subscribe for more reviews.
And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.